Hello everybody, welcome to Game 1 FSG versus FG. I will be subbing in as the play-by-play caster for Game 1, and with me as always is Quasars, as she does almost every cast for us. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty alright. You know, I got called in last minute. I had to quit my Rainbow Six match, but that's okay because I'm here and I'm going to cast for you guys. And hopefully this should be a good game, so I don't have to be bored out of my mind.
Yeah, we got FSG tonight on red side and Furious Gentz on oh wait, I got that backwards already. I'm messing up. It's okay. FSG on blue side and Furious Gentz on red side. So with the recent roster changes to Furious Gentz, I'm actually looking for a really good game tonight. So hopefully FG can finally pull in a win, because I don't think they have one yet, really.
I have no idea. In week 9, I would hope somebody would have at least one win. At least each team having one win would definitely be ideal for all teams.
This is gonna be their game. They're gonna get a win this game, I believe. You can do the thing songless. I'm calling you out.
Songless, or Cody as I know him. You can probably do it. Big brain mid, Justin. Probably gonna hold him back.
No. I love Justin. He's my favorite.
I think the name's a little ironic, but you know, whatever happens, happens.
Aster calls him small brain mid.
That's definitely what I call him. And the first ban will be Gragas, not necessarily directed at Hottie Willie, but just a good pick. Gragas is very highly contested in almost every single region. The Kha'Zix ban.
He's pretty spooky, not gonna lie.
Yeah, the ratio on his passive did get doubled, and the W cooldown, I believe, got nerfed or buffed. I don't know if they removed that. I know the slow went up from 80% to 90%, and he looks like a monster for a lot of teams.
Yeah, he's very spooky. I would not want to deal with him either. And we see the Orianna ban come out for Furious Gentz and the Morgana ban come out for FSG.
That's 100% in respect to Cody or Songless. Don't want to let him on that 80 carry Morgana, even if it's just a joke. The Pantheon insta-lock for left hook Larry. FSG has definitely been playing a lot of Pantheon, and they definitely love left hook Larry on that champion, since he does like the aggressive style and that early game pressure that Pantheon brings to the table.
Ooh, we see a Nocturne hover. Now that if we do get that locked in, then that's really good gank potential for both teams, not just FSG.
This is a very toxic matchup from both sides. Nocturne and Pantheon. I don't actually know how the 1v1 goes, but as far as gank potential goes, as soon as they hit 6, they both want to just go to one lane and just absolutely destroy whoever it is. And this could be very, very fun to watch. And there's the Akali hover. This is shaping up to be a very damage-heavy game. And there we see the lock. That will probably be Big Brain mid on the Akali, and then the Nocturne for Hottie Williams, which is very, very strong aggression early. And even into the late game, Akali and Nocturne, not the worst champions in the game. Nocturne does fall off a little bit, but if he can get rolling, he can really do a lot of damage.
And we do see the Blitzcrank cover. Out switches the Quinn.
Ooh, Memento on the Quinn potentially, or it could be for Snippet too. A lot of damage in both drafts this game. A little bit weird though. I'm surprised, again, and I know I've talked about this before, I'm surprised nobody's picked Urgot yet. Urgot, Sion, both very strong in the top. Urgot being flexed to mid. Both are still up. Neither teams have locked it. There's the Sivir pick. A very interesting draft from both sides.
I actually haven't seen too much of Sivir recently, but her spell shield is always viable. So I think that's a good protection pick in the bot lane.
I just think it's really interesting that the strongest supports in the game, Alistar, a good pick. Brahm's still open. The Rakan got banned away. Morgana got banned, so Braum is 100%. Morgana, Rakan, both banned away. Braum and Alistar should be highly contested at this point, but only now at the last pick in the first phase is Alistar picked up. And then there's still the Tristana, there's Kaisa, there's Twitch. all 3 of those champions are up, and then FSG decide to go Sivir.
Yeah, and we do see the Zed ban come out. Personally, I would have liked to see a Zed versus Akali mid lane, but if Big Brain doesn't really feel comfortable with it, I can definitely see it getting banned out.
If Big Brain wants to be a little bit scared, I can respect it. The Zed to Akali matchup is definitely toxic from both sides. It's very skill dependent, and if Big Brain thinks that he can't deal with that, then it's probably best to just ban it away. Lucian ban. Nothing to say about the Lucian ban.
Bye, Soraka.
Soraka ban?
Let me get in there.
There. That's the ban I like to see. The Tristana ban.
Yeah, and Tristana's pretty spooky. Like, we don't see it get played too often, but she still does a lot of damage mid to late game. Definitely still a viable hyper carry to choose from.
Songless's Lucian is strong. I've seen it before. I don't know about his Tristana. The Ezreal pick, I am extremely surprised that neither team have touched Kai'Sa, or Twitch, or Vayne for that matter. Not a single bit of priority on any of those champions. Tristana only now getting banned out. I think it's a little bit of a weird draft.
I mean, I would like to see Luz pick up a tank here, just because FSG is looking a little bit squishy, like too squishy for my taste.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Braum, and there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Beautiful.
Definitely agreed there. No.
I would like to see a front line. No, yeah.
Yasuo!
Alright.
The Yasuo for Skylancer. Urgot and Sion are both up. They're both up and uncontested. Ornn's up. Cho'Gath is up. And it's actually going to be a Kali top.
Ooh, okay. So there's a lot going on right now. The Kali, I feel like she's gonna get bullied out of lane just because Quinn has range over her. Both junglers have good gank potential. Ahri has slightly better roam potential, I feel, than Yasuo does, but here, going into mid to late game, Yasuo's going to do a lot more damage than Akali because he's like consistent damage over Akali, or sorry, not Akali, Ahri's burst damage. In the bot lane, we have Sivir who plays a little bit safe and then scales into mid to late game, and the Ezreal who, if he's going AP, it's going to take him a while to get some damage, but if he's going AD, then we should see him come a little bit more into play before the Sivir does. The Alistar Braum, 2 tanky supports, but I feel like Braum will do a much better job at protecting his team than the Alistar will.
I have a really, really hard time liking FG's composition. You go Ezreal into Sivir. You go Ezreal knowing Braum's up. The Alistar pickup, that's fine. What I see FG's game plan, Songless, you play a really safe ADC. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get Big Braid mid-fed by having Rebel Fox roam up mid and try to get him free kills because that's the only knock-up. So we abuse our 2v2 since Alistar Yasuo can realistically beat the Ahri Pantheon. And that's a fair decision. I understand that. But what happens when Alistar can't roam because Sivir's hard-shoving lane all game because that's the champion she locked? Now Yasuo is alone on an island with only Nocturne. Yasuo Nocturne do not, under any circumstance, unless Aslan and Left Hook Larry completely monkey the play, they do not win the 2v2. Pantheon stuns Yasuo. Yasuo gets insta-killed by Ahri. They go on to Nocturne. And then in the top lane, you're putting Akali against Quinn. That's just such an absolutely horrid matchup for Akali. Quinn just gets to kite her out all day and night and gets to out-roam her as much as she wants. And there's so many strong picks on the table. There's again, Kai'Sa, you got the Sion, you have the Urgot, Irelia, but none of them are even contested a little bit.
Yeah, I would like to point out that FSG does have a lot of roam potential with the Quinn and the Pantheon ult and the Ari and even the Sivir ult. If she decides to ult to go help out a lane or to engage her team, then that's also pretty spooky. But I feel like, and it would really depend on how her ult is used based off of like how her teammates are playing. But I do feel as though Sivir is going to use her ult as an initiation rather than a disengage. As far as Furious Gentz goes, I can't really see this team comp really working out too well, especially into FSGs. But I mean, maybe they can pull together something and work out some way to pick off the high damage dealers on FSG and ultimately win the team fights.
Well, as the spectator delay drops to 0, we're going to go to a little commercial break, and we'll be right back with the game.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate GXPC in Decorah, Iowa. GXPC is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The GXPC motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out GXPC and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Alright everybody, we are now done with the spectator delay and the loading screen and our commercial break, and now we are ready for FSG versus FG, game 1 of the series.
Yeah, and going into this game, it looks like the basic 5 points, and it looks like FSG wants to go ahead and invade, so we might see a little bit of a fight here versus this Ezreal.
Yeah, we do see Songless down in this river bush. FSG walking a little bit far forward. They do have the Braum and the Pantheon, who can start W if he wants, and that will not actually affect his clear that much. Ari can start E against Yasuo because she's going to get pushed in any ways for the most part, and they are completely fine to just sit here. and wait, maybe get a late invade if they want to.
Yeah, I would actually prefer a late invade than to go in a little bit early.
Mm.
Just because you know for a fact where they're at.
Oh. Oh, but it was just not early enough, or not late enough, sorry. And Skylancer should actually be able to get a deep ward if he goes for it. He will. He's going to get a deep ward onto the blue buff. Does do that. 1 minute 20. That'll be there until 2:20. And Pantheon should be around there by that point.
Yeah, it looks like Nocturne's trying to start his red buff, and we see a basic bot lane start FSG. But it does look like Alistar and Ezreal trying to set something up, but ultimately they just decide to ward and back to their lane. Don't want to miss any CS.
They did look for a little bit of a cheese, did not go for it. Hottie Williams, he might actually just get the blue buff here. Pantheon goes for the level 2 gank down to Big Brain mid. He is looking very low. Ignite Big Brain mid. Nothing's going to happen. He's going to fall. First blood for the side of FSG.
Yeah, unlucky. Flash was a little bit too early, but I think ultimately he would have gone down anyway because of Pantheon's stun and the ignite from Ahri. So,
Hottie Williams doesn't want to let his laners down. He might actually look for a little bit of an early gank. He sees the Pantheon, Memento, walking a little bit forward there. But it looks like Left Hook Larry is reading this, and he's going to look to come top 2. Skylancer is fairly far pushed up. Memento goes for an all-in. Skylancer did not take the Shroud. He has to flash here, Left Hook Larry. He's going to get the stun, the Q, the Ignite. Left Hook Larry absolutely taking over this early game before the game's even really started.
yeah, Left Hook Larry has definitely already shown his presence into those lanes. And, you know, he's lacking a little bit of CS to the Nocturne because he's been, you know, so present in those lanes. But I think ultimately he's making up for it. And,
oh my god,
getting assisting kills.
He's calling the bluff on Skylancer. He's going to look for another one. He's going to get the stun off. There's the fear from Hottie Williams. Skylancer going down. The flash. Left Hook Larry is fear, but he's going to get the kill in the end. And it looks like it's going to be a death for Hottie Williams. He's going to get 1 kill. Can he get 2? He will not. Memento will get none of them. Left Hook Larry actually with the double kill. And we are 4-1 before 4 minutes in this game.
Yeah, Left Hook Larry is definitely making plays in his lanes. He wants to make sure that Quinn gets ahead, I believe. Quinn does have really good roam potential, as well as a really good mid to late game. So getting her ahead this early into the game is not the worst idea. And him being able to pick up a few kills in top lane as well as in mid lane is definitely going to help him going into the mid and late game as well.
Left Hook Larry, he's actually walking up on this mid lane again. Big Brain mid, he's gonna get slowed. The stun, a spear is thrown. Aslan, he gets the flash, the charm. The ignite goes down onto him. He's gonna live. Left Hook Larry, 4-1 at 4 minutes, and it looks like there's gonna be a bit of a fight in the jungle. Hottie Williams will be fine. They're just going to fight over... Oh, Rebel Fox flashes forward, misses the pulverize. Hottie Williams walking a little bit far forward. Songless looking for some damage. Rebel Fox, he's going very low. It looks like he might fall. The heal comes through. He's going to knock away the Braum. Rebel Fox very low on this side. Hottie Williams does get a very nice spell shield. Rebel Fox going to go down to the Drake. Left Hook Larry winning the 1v2 on the side. He's going to get a lot of damage down. Throws out the spear. Snippet. He's walking forward. No one's going to die. Left Hook Larry will fall. Songless looking for a lot more here. He's going to dash over, but that will not be enough as Snippet gets the kill on the Songless. 10 minutes, or 10 kills at 5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, that's a feels bad moment for Songless there. He could have picked up 2 kills if he just, you know, played that right, dodged a couple more skill shots. So a little bit unfortunate for him, but we do see quite a big lead for FSG at this point.
Yeah, already up 2k and it's 5 minutes. Left Hook Larry has given up almost all of his farm, but he's still up at XP because he just is ganking constantly. And it's like we said in Champ Select, this guy's Pantheon is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I definitely expect to see a Pantheon ban going into this game too. I mean, it's already causing them this much trouble. It should be 100% perma-banned going forward in this series. We do see that Pantheon and Nocturne are kind of battling out in the jungle, though.
Yeah, left hook Larry looking for a little bit of an invade. Hottie Williams does have the spell shield. Will not spell shield the stun, actually. He's going to go pretty low. A spear will do it, but it will not come through as he forces the wind wall out from Big Brain mid.
Yeah, we definitely see that with the FSG. All the lanes are getting pretty far ahead already. If left hook Larry decides to come down bot lane, that should be well, based off of his previous games, that should be easy 2-0 for FSG. But I don't think he has potential or doesn't really want to gank bot lane anytime soon. I think he's wanting to stay focused around this Ahri and this Quinn up until further notice.
Hottie Williams is only level 4 so far. Oh, Aslan, man, he gets a very nice trade in the mid lane, the Ignite, and that's the solo kill for him. Hottie Williams does not want to let his friend go down in vain. He will dodge the Q. A good gank up on the top side as Aslan gets the charm off onto Hottie Williams. He's going to look to chase a little bit more. The orb is going to do a lot of damage. Aslan, man, going low, but will get his second solo kill of the game. That's 13 kills at 7 minutes.
Yeah. Now at this point, I feel like the only thing FSG really needs to do is start trying to focus just to secure a few objectives, the towers or at least the dragon. And I feel like at this point they're 4K up almost, or more like 3K. But I feel like early game should be pretty easy for them, and it would be going into mid lane is where FG would come back and start being pretty productive. So I think that at this point in time, they should really try to take advantage of early game and start getting objectives, like right now.
And FSG is just absolutely popping off. Left hook Larry especially. This man is going insane right now on the Pantheon. Oh, he's going to look for the man drop onto Hottie Williams. He's going to get it. The stun goes through. And he's just going to die. That's a hell of a play from the side of FSG, and they might get a free drink off it. As Memento trades with Skylancer up at the top lane, the Ignite goes down. Skylancer super low. The auto, there's the Harrier proc. Memento gets a solo kill, excuse me. And that's 3 so far this game for FSG, as they get the Cloud Drake.
Yeah, Memento and Left Hook Larry, as well as Ahri, are really far ahead. So, like I said, I would really like to see them start to capitalize that lead by getting those objectives. But as for Furiations, I think it's already been pretty tough on them. Like bot lane, I think has the best chance of scaling at the same time as FG does into this mid game. But I mean, they seem pretty even in items. So actually, looks like Songless is a little bit ahead in items.
Hottie Williams is still level 5 and it's 9 minutes. He has not been able to get his ult. Left hook Larry is already 7. He's used his ult once already, about to be twice as soon as it comes up, I assume. But here comes the roam from Rebel Fox, like I was talking about. The wind wall and the charm. Rebel Fox wants more. He has his flash. He will not look for it. He's going to back away as he does ding 6, though, as does Hottie Williams.
Yeah, I think that they know that Left Hook Larry is kind of like hovering around that mid lane just because he's really only shown presence in mid and top. So I think at this point, roaming to mid or roaming to top is a little bit risky just because Left Hook Larry might be there. And I think at this point it's pretty obvious that he's either going to be mid or top just based off of like his previous gank history. Like you can tell, he's not really focused around that bot lane, so I think bot lane would be the safest lane for Furious Gentz to gank and help out.
Oh, Left hook Larry flashes forward the tornado. Big Brain mid does have it. He's going to throw it. He's not going to ult off of it. Aslan going forward. Big Brain mid. He throws out the wind ball, but there's no way he lives this. Goose gets the Q off. He gets the kill, and that should be the turret. Oh, down in the bot lane. FSG Snippet's all alone right now. But there's also the top lane. Skylancer is going to get dove. The Harrier passive proc. Nocturne's diving bot. Left hook Larry gets a kill up in the top lane. Snippet, he might just kill Left hook Larry here. He's running forward. He does not. He lives with about 15 HP. Goose, oh, he flashes forward. The Winter's Bite down onto him, gets that kill, and he's looking a little aggro. But I think he's gonna have to back away. He does get redemption for his teammate. The first turret goes down on the top side, and that should be Herald for FSG.
Yeah, I would have been really salty as Snippet for that kill not to be secured, but luckily the support comes in and saves the day. Make sure he does not get away. But I would like to see Memento maybe roam down to help Hottie. Or, not Hottie, sorry, Left Hook Larry.
I'd like to point out that Ari actually is going for Aslan. Is actually going for the Glacial Augment and GLP build on Ari. A few people in Korea have been doing it. It's mostly been a Vigar Vel'Koz Karma Zillion kind of thing. But some people are doing it on Ari. And he's actually showing that it's not bad.
Yeah, and I think him getting ahead pretty early on is able to help him out with that build. Like, sometimes builds are iffy and solely depend on whether or not you get a few kills early on. But, he had Left Hook here, Larry coming to save the day in mid lane, get him ahead. So,
yeah,
regardless of
the damage.
Yeah, I think regardless of whether or not it's good, is like irrelevant right now just because he's so far ahead.
Ooh, Hottie Williams just gets dashed on from all sides. He's gonna have to give up that red buff and his life, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't really think he has any control over his topside jungle anymore.
Very unfortunate for the side of FG. FSG is doing very good. Here's the man drop. Aslan gets a beautiful charm off the Harrier proc, the GLP. That's going to be the end of Big Brain mid. Rebel Fox here. He's going to get a lot of damage down onto him. Oh, ooh, Aslan misses the charm by just a hair. And it looks like they're going to try to dive for this turret. Left hook Larry tanking it up. Does not get the combo off. Rebel Fox is going to be forced to run away here. Memento going to do a lot of damage. Dodges out the charm, but it doesn't really matter. Ooh, a very good kill from Skylancer. Hottie coming in. He's going to try to get some kills, but it doesn't really matter as Memento is just too strong. Songless is here to save his friend. Memento, again, doing an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage. A triple kill for him. Looking for that quadra kill. Will not get it as Aslan steals it to save his friend's life.
There's a lot going on right now. Memento was able to get into their backline pretty much and just do whatever he wanted to. And unfortunately, FG is just so far behind that they can't really do anything against that. And it's just like a feels bad moment when you have someone in your backline just, you know, ripping through your team and you can't really output the damage you need to kill them. But we do see that FG is trying to get some vision control in their jungle, but it looks like it's going to be sniffed out by Snippet here as he's going to get that Rift Scuddler. Extra XP always feels good.
And FSG, all they really have to do right now is just force this massive, and I mean absolutely massive lead down the throats of FG. And Snippet, he's going to look to try to do it. He's going to get the boost up. And there's that Glacial Augment from Aslan just shredding through Big Brain mid. The slow is so ridiculous that he just can't move.
Yeah, that just like adds a little bit more CC onto
Ooh, a very good charm from Aslan. Hottie not doing too good. He's looking down. Aslan man's going to put him down. Rebel Fox gets stunned up twice in a row. He's going to pop the ult, but that's not nearly enough as the Orb of Deception will pop him down. Shelly is looking for this mid turret, as is the entire team of FSG listening to her beck and call. That will be the first inhibitor turret down in 15 minutes. The inhibitor's looking very low. Shelly wants a little bit of that. She's going to get it, and FSG is going to back away with this massive lead that they have atoned for themselves. Oh, but they don't want to leave just yet as Songless goes down. Memento going legendary on this Quinn. Skylancer wants a little bit of redemption for his team, though. Big Brain mid going down. Skylancer with the double kill. But he does go down to Left Hook Larry in the end.
Yeah, some gold was reset there, but not too much. They were able to pick up Memento, which had a very good bounty on his head, and also the Braum, who's also been contributing quite a lot to you know, FSG's CC and.
Ooh, Hottie Williams does not want to give up that blue buff lightly. He does get a very good spell shield, but he's just going to die in the end. And that's going to be the Drake over for the side of FSG. Oh, the true shot does not get it.
We see a lot of objective control from FSG, and I would like to point out that FG actually doesn't have bad vision control. They do have their entire bot side jungle warded, but unfortunately that just leaves the entire top side to be run by left player and Memento.
Memento finds a pick on a Rebel Fox and gets another kill down on him. This is an 11k gold lead, and Skylancer just feeds right into Memento and gets insta-killed. This has gotta feel bad for FG.
Yeah, unfortunately FG doesn't really have a front line aside from that Alistar, and Alistar is just getting melted. So I think that against the Quinn top lane, I wouldn't have sent Akali at all. I think I would have sent either, you know, another semi-ranged champion like Urgot, or like Urgot, your favorite. Or even like someone that's really tanky like a Scion. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I wonder who said that before.
Yeah, I believe you said that before, but
I don't know.
I would have also liked to maybe see someone with a good amount of health regen, like maybe a Mundo.
Yeah, Mundo could have done okay. Aslan, Sky not looking too hot. Looks for the micro stun, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. And Sky, he's gonna try to get out Memento. Not letting him do. He's gonna flash kill.
Yeah. I really think that they would have done a lot better with the front line.
Like a Scion or maybe an Urgot?
Yeah, like a Scion or Urgot.
Or maybe if they put a Songless on a hyper carry, like a Kaisa or a Vayne, maybe?
Yeah, I think even like a Jinx would have been viable in this game.
Yeah, that's true, although unfortunately that is not the world we live in, as FSG is up a massive amount, about 13k, and it's not even 20 minutes yet. FSG already trying to close out this game. If Baron was up, they'd get it, but it's not, so they're just going to have to settle for an inhibitor turret top, because they can't really be contested. But Memento, they have to send at least 4 people for him.
Yeah, I feel like the spot lane tower is going to go over easy peasy, not contested to Memento, while his team tries to secure this top lane tower and maybe even get a couple inhibs. Here we see Hottie Williams try to 1v1 Memento, but he's just going to get melted.
Well, Hottie Williams ults so that Memento can't get the auto attack off because he loses all vision. And then up at this top side, Pantheon gets the man drop. Skylancer going to drop to the man drop. Left hook Larry going to flash away. He's tanked enough. He's done his job. Rebel Fox is going very low. Songless dies to the charm. Rebel Fox is almost down. He will not fall yet. Left hook Larry going to back away. Songless does kill Snippet from the turret. Memento going down to Hottie Williams. He will live for now. The turrets are going to go down. The Q coming through. Rebel Fox trying to kill Aslan, but it's not going to happen as he's going to fall himself to the Harrier proc from Memento. Oh, he will actually kill Left Hook Larry from the turret. Memento wants a little bit more. Says goodbye, Hottie Williams. Ooh, he almost falls but will not. Goose is going to tank up this turret for a little bit, but FG knows this game is over. Oh, and FSG, they're actually gonna leave the base for now.
Back by, go to Baron in the game, I think is what's going through their heads right now. Because they have accumulated quite a bit of gold just from getting those objectives, getting a couple kills in their base. So I think they're just gonna reset, go for Baron, and end it cleanly.
At this point, it's just FSG playing with their food. They know that there's no way FG can make it back into this game. And FSG, they're just going to try to look for the Baron rush here. Just so that they can end the game in style. Tutorial mode, if you will. As they don't even need Memento. They can just do this Baron without him.
Yeah, I think that Left Hook Larry, Snippet, and Ari definitely put out enough damage to secure this, while Quinn can split push if she wants to, but Curious Gentz just isn't gonna leave base for this. It's not worth it.
Oh,
well.
FSG know that the sheer amount of damage they can put out is enough to just kill the Baron. As Aslan, he wants to look for more with the spooky ghosts. He might ult forward. He will not. He does not know where the rest of the team is, and he does not want to be the one to throw this lead somehow. Goose walks forward. He throws the Winter's Bite, catches it onto Rebel Fox. He might look for the Glacial Fissure. Does not. Songless gets the Mystic Shot.
Yeah, it looks like Memento just wants to end though.
Memento's just looking to backdoor as Hottie Williams looks to ult. Memento just hits the Nexus. That is game for the side of FSG. A beautifully clean game from them.
Yeah, I think that, well, we don't really see backdoors happen too much in this league just because everyone has a good amount of map awareness. But I think that FG was just like, hey, let's just try to catch him out and back for this. But unfortunately, FSG didn't quite make it to that bush in time. And even then, I don't think that they really could have won a 5v4 at that point in time just because everyone was so fed. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but we'll see if FG can really bring it back in game 2 and pull out a win and go into the 3rd round of the series.
Hopefully they can try to come back in the 2nd or 3rd game, as that was a little bit of a stomp. They gotta feel bad after that one. Hopefully they can come back in the next game, as we're gonna get into that in just a little bit. Hello everybody, welcome to Game 2. I will actually be staying for a little bit as we can't seem to find the other caster. So for now, I'm going to be your play-by-play. We're going to be getting into Game 2, FG versus FSG. And last game was a stomp if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it feels bad for FG. Like, maybe if they had a front line at all, really, that would have helped them out. Like, you know, we had the Braum play for FSG, so... You know, they at least had some form of a front line just from the shield, but I don't really think that Alistar was cutting it for them. So, I would like to see, well, not only the Pantheon ban, I called that last game, but I would like to see a tank, like a solid tank from Furious Gentz this game. I think that would really help them out.
When left hook Larry is absolutely slamming all your lanes before 3 minutes, I don't care what champion he's playing. I don't care if he's playing Bard Jungle, you're banning it. Because he slammed your lanes before 3 minutes. That is the right ban. The Braum ban also respectable. I'm expecting to see a Quinn ban because Memento popped the hell off.
Yeah, I would like to see Quinn get banned as well. But they decided to go with the Kazakhs.
Well, there's the Kazakhs ban. Left hook Larry. We do know he's a Pantheon player, but he's also one hell of a Kazakhs player when that's left open. And since the buffs, I'm sure he's far more than happy to pick that as well. The first pick's coming through here. I want to see a tank. I don't want to see a Kali first pick. I don't want to see Yasuo first pick. I want to see a genuine beefy tank. Give me Sion. Give me Urgot. Xin Zhao's fair. You know what? That's a step up. I will sit down and I will give you the Xin Zhao. That's fair.
Yeah.
I am, however, expecting a very strong early game jungler first pick and then second pick win.
Yeah, I do expect them to pick up the Quinn again for Memento. I do like the Amuma pick. I think he's a very strong jungler, but they're gonna go Sivir again. I did like the use of her ult last game for initiation. I think it was very well utilized for them, and it definitely secured them a couple kills when otherwise the players would have gotten away with a flash or, you know, a Nocturne ult away.
The Volibear, however, from left hook Larry, this is actually a champion that he also has shown a lot of prowess on, and he does play it a fair bit. And there's the lock in.
Let me see the Ice Bear. I need it.
Left hook Larry, one of the few people in this tournament who are 100% willing to lock in the Volibear. Surprising to see that that's actually his third or fourth priority behind the Pantheon Kazakhs and potentially the Gragas, if he chooses to pick it. They are going to go for the Janna for Rebel Fox. It seems like FG is just going for the basics here.
Yeah, I actually... Well, Janna's a really strong support, all in all, but, you know, after they really nerfed her shield, a lot of patches ago, actually, I think that it's very important that in laning phase, you use your shields wisely. And if Rebel can't really do that, then that pick is pretty much useless in any kind of protection he's going to get. The best he can do if he misuses his shields is use his tornadoes for disengage. So we're really going to have to watch and see how he decides to utilize that Janna. And we do see the Orianna lock-in and the Vladimir, so...
Now, anybody who has ever seen or looked up myop.gg, anybody who's ever played against me, knows that I'm a Vladimir player. I love that champion. I'm very vocal on the Vladimir subreddit. That is a very fun champion. Now, if Big Brain Mid chooses to go either Phase Rush or Airy, he is no longer playing Vladimir, and there's no way they win.
Well, what do you suggest we take on Vladimir?
Predator or Electrocute. See, people think that Vladimir is a sustain mage. That's false. Vladimir is actually a burst assassin. If you build him full AP, you will 100% every single time one-shot the enemy mid laner as soon as you hit level 9 with 2 items. Not 2 fully built items. I'm talking Sork Boots and Oblivion Orb. You will one-shot the enemy mid laner. I promise you. If you go anything besides Electrocute and Predator, it's not happening. You're just going to take the L. Now, that being said, Orianna is a very good lane opponent for the Vladimir because she can zone him so freaking well. There's the Urgot. I love that pick.
They heard you.
Finally.
They heard you. you've spoken and they listened.
There's the Scion ban! Finally! People are listening to me, and they're drafting
Whoa.
genuine champions. They banned the Scion, and then they picked the Urgot. And there's the Vayne!
Oh my god.
It's like
Oh
people
my
are finally listening to me now. There's the Vayne pick that I was talking about. That's gonna be great to shred the Volibear and the Urgot.
Pick a tank.
I'll pass on that one. I'll hard pass on that one, because that means that Skylancer is playing Vladimir and Big Brain Vid's playing Zed. That's an easy lane for Urgot. Straight up, Urgot wins that. The mid lane matchup is very weird. That's all I can say about Orianna Zed. That's a very weird matchup. It depends on who plays it better all around.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for like those last minute champion swaps. I would like to point out that Memento is taking Ignite on Urgot instead of Teleport. Orianna's taking Barrier, and for Furious, since we see just the regular Teleport, Smite, Ignite, heal, Exhaust. So nothing too crazy over there.
I'm a little surprised Goose is going Exhaust. I definitely thought that he would go Ignite, especially against the Vladimir A, against the Vayne B, against the Xin Zhao C, against the Janna D, and then you're playing Blitzcrank F.
Yeah, I would like to note, though, that taking Exhaust against a Vayne, like if this happens to go into mid or late game, then that's a really good choice.
It's definitely true. FSG, this time around, they look like a team or a composition in general who are okay with going late. Whereas last game, it was almost completely early game. So it's kind of weird to see the contrast between what happens when they get the Pantheon versus what happens when they don't get one of their super strong early game junglers.
Yeah, I do feel like Volibear gank potential is really good at level 3, like once he has his full kit. So I would like to see maybe a lot of lane pressure from left hook on that Volibear as soon as he hits level 3. If not, if he feels comfortable ganking before level 3, then I think it would just depend on how he's able to gank and how far the laners are pushed up and what they can really do against that. But I don't really expect him to do too much before level 3. And that's just like my personal experience on Volibear. I haven't jungled in like 2 seasons.
Volibear jungle actually saw a fair bit of play when his E got changed, so that it gave a knock-up and then it could cancel like Tristana jump, for instance. I don't know. I know it cancels the Xin Zhao E. I know it can cancel Vayne Tumble, so he could utilize that incredibly well this game to stop Xin Zhao engage or to stop Vayne from making those Gosu plays. If he can get in front of her, of course. This game is definitely going to be far more interesting than last game, where FSG doesn't really have the tools to have left hook Larry hit level 2, then gank all 3 lanes, and then do whatever the hell he wants past that point. However, on the side of FG, they did give Hottie Williams that ability.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I'd also like to point out that again, they really don't have like a solid tank for Furious Gens. I can English today. Like, yeah, the Vladimir has sustain and the Xin Zhao can get beefy, but overall, like, you don't see a hard front line again. And I think that that's what they really needed. Like, they do have the engage, but they don't have the health. And I think that that might hurt them going into mid-game, for sure.
Well, seeing that the Vladimir's top, since he's not mid, I don't care anymore. He could go for Airy with the Resolve, and then he could go for a little bit of a beefier build and sustain a lot better. He could look for the Proto Belt Spirit Visage build that a lot of top lane Vladimirs have been running lately. And he could be a very big tank, but he'll most certainly never amount to anything like Urgot or Volibear. Xin Zhao won't either, and I completely agree. They do lack a very strong front line, and I think that could, again, be the message of this game as it was last.
Yeah, and unfortunately they won't have too much peel for that Vayne, and I think that that's what their team comp should really focus on, is like protecting that Vayne. But with that being said, we are going to go into a short commercial break while we load into this wonderful game, so we'll see you here shortly.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate GXPC in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Alright everybody, welcome to Game 2 of FG versus FSG. We're seeing very different team comps from last game. We are, however, seeing FSG doing the same strategy and looking for an invade, just from a different side now.
Yeah, I actually do want to see an invade, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I just want to, you know?
I mean, they actually have a better invade comp than they did last time, and they're definitely invading on the right target, seeing as how it's Janna. Uh-oh. Oh, the flash hook! Rebel Fox also flashes a flash-for-flash trade from the supports, and that will be the end of it. Snippet does actually use a bit of mana, though. And
yeah, good flash from Janna, 10 out of 10.
They're going to lose a little bit of... They're going to get, some vision up in this top side, though. Oh! Hottie Williams might actually just wait here.
Or are we going to see him steal the red buff? Because I want to see him steal the red buff.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going to lane. Yeah, Hottie Williams, he might actually just steal this red buff here.
Steal it. Do it.
He doesn't... Xin Zhao doesn't exactly need a leash. Skylancer will be here for the leash. This is actually a very, very smart decision from Hottie Williams. I hope that if he gets this, he goes straight to his red, because if FSG see the way that Skylancer comes back to lane, assuming he goes through the tri-brush, then Left Hook Larry's just going to steal his red, and it's going to be no benefit from either side.
Yeah, I actually think that this is a little bit of a revenge plot from Hottie, just because we saw last game Left Hook Larry did not let him have anything in his topside jungle. So, you know, getting even. Let's go.
Oh, Hottie Williams, he's actually... his body language might show that he might actually look for this gank mid. He's here. He might try to make a little bit of an aggro play. He does have the Q up. Aslan, he's going to barrier. He's going to walk away for now. He does get the flash. He will actually live. This is absolutely massive for him. He might have dropped both summoners, but now they know what Hottie Williams did, and Left Hook Larry can simply wait in this bush at the red buff and kill Hottie Williams when he comes to take it.
Yeah, and it looks like that's maybe what he's doing here.
Hottie Williams is kiting the red buff in the perfect position. Left Hook Larry flashes forward. He does not have the Q. He took the chomp first. Hottie Williams also has to flash. Left Hook Larry has to run away here. Big Raid mid is here. He has the Ignite. They're going to collapse onto him. The Ignite goes down to Left Hook Larry. He does not have flash from the last play. The heal for the passive is coming out, but it will be enough. He's going to barely survive, and Hottie Williams is actually going dangerously low. Aslan gets away with it, and so does Left Hook Larry.
Yeah, that was definitely close for Left Hook Larry there. But he was able to get out with the help of Orianna, so I don't really think it was worth trying to get that kill if you almost died for it.
Memento flashes forward up in this top lane on a Skylancer, and Skylancer's just gonna puddle away and walk away. And then in this mid lane, Aslan and Big Brain trading it away. Aslan does get the better end of the trade. I think that it could have been a kill for Big Brain mid if he waited to ignite until the passive went off. The only way Left Hook Larry lived is if he tanked the ignite and then his passive healed him through it. And the ignite only started helping him with the grievous wounds about halfway through its duration when Left Hook Larry started to heal. So I think if Big Brain mid held his ignite for a little bit longer, they could have actually made that play happen.
Yeah. And we do see a decent amount of trading in the mid lane this game. It's not too one-sided like it was last time. So I feel like just with the change of comp, FSG and FG should go pretty even in this early game. I don't think anyone should get too far ahead, but once we get into the mid game, I feel as though FG they're going to have a tough time just because they don't have, you know, a good front line.
FG, oh, Big Brain mid, he's walking forward, he flashed, he tried to look for the play, but Aslan survives it, and he's gonna fall. Big Brain mid, unfortunately making a small brain play.
Yeah, unlucky. It always feels bad when you think that you have that kill, and then you get outplayed under tower.
Yeah, Aslan just surviving a little bit too long for the side of Big Brain mid. Unfortunately, the play does not happen, and it costs him a lot to try to make that play.
Yeah, Skylancer is definitely getting poked down though in the top lane versus Memento. I think he's gonna have a real tough time with this Urgot.
Yeah, now, Memento, he might look for a dive of his own. The pool comes through. Skylancer's gonna be okay. Left Hook Larry, though, he's just gonna sit here. Skylancer, nowhere to go. Either he dies to Left Hook Larry or he dies to Memento, and he's gonna choose die to Left Hook Larry, give an assist to Memento.
Yeah. I do like that tower dive from Left Hook Larry. Like, you know, it was very quick and he got out of there very quickly, and I think that's like the best kind of tower dive you can have. I don't think you should ever linger under tower just because you'll be at risk of like trading rather than just securing that kill.
The issue here, in my opinion, for Skylancer is that I know during Champ Select I called out specifically Big Brain mid for going Predator or Electrocute on the Vladimir. However, Sky is playing top lane Vladimir. Top lane Vladimir is not really Vladimir. Top lane Vladimir is just a sustained mage. So, in my opinion, I think if he went Airy Resolve, he might have actually had a much easier time since he had the Revitalize. But since he went Predator, what he should have done is if he bought Boots first, he could have used Predator and Flash right over Left Hook Larry and lived.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit unfortunate. Like, especially, like when you're not really sure about the matchup, you don't really know what would be the best buy, and sometimes it gets a little bit confusing when you have champions that you don't really play against too often. And Urgot's just one of those champions that like you don't really see too much, and when you do see them, you don't really know what to do against them just because you're not used to those champions.
Ooh, Memento gets the ignite off. He's looking for the pull, gets it. That's a solo kill for Memento on the Skylancer. Left Hook Larry might get a little cut out in the jungle. He might have bit off fourth, and he can chew. Big Brain mid dodges the shockwave very well. Will live. He is not going to kill, but he does escape, and that seems to be very important for him. Goose, he's trying to get a little bit of something. He does not get the hook, and it looks like Hottie Williams and Songless are trying to make the turnaround. The teleport is coming through. The Predator from Skylancer, he will not look for more. He is instead going to go on a Snippet, who flashed over the wall over to Skylancer. He's channeling that E. He is going to do a fair bit of damage. Pools a little early. Snippet, he is exhausted. There's no way he lives. He's going to die to Skylancer as Memento pushes the top lane himself without any teleport.
Yeah, I do like to see the trading opposed to the last game. Like, it was very one-sided, but we're getting kills back and forth between both teams. And that makes me feel a little bit happy for Furious Gentz just because they had such a tough time in the first game. So I'm excited to see them try to come back from that game one.
Ooh, the invade, and it looks like Goose might have been caught out a little bit. Hottie Williams walking forward, but Snippet is here. Ooh, the mana shield Oh, Hottie Williams actually is forced to flash away as Aslan comes down. He gets hit by the tornado, but he wants some more. He's walking forward. Songless is here, and that is going to be the pushback from him.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sivir wasn't quite level 6, so we didn't get to see her ult to follow up on that, and everyone was able to get away just fine for Furious Gentz. We do see Left Hook Larry getting his red buff this time. It's not taken by Hottie Williams again, which is good. And it looks like he's looking to gank Skylancer again. So I would like to see... Oh, they're both actually going behind.
Yeah, Skylancer is in a little bit of a dangerous place. He only has one way to go. Unfortunately, he didn't take the right one. And he's going to try to survive by dropping down the ultimate. A little bit of a whiff there from the Fear Beyond Death from Memento, but doesn't really matter. Skylancer is going to fall anyways. And in this mid lane, Big Brain trying to look for an all-in here. Aslan going to get away. The Death Mark pops, does not do enough to kill him. Big Brain just going to walk away, take what he can get. And FSG have to stop this tower from going down.
Yeah, Hottie is definitely trying to get something.
Oh my god. Left Hook Lair and Memento actually not only survive the tower dive, but they get a free kill. And it looks like down in this bot lane, the 2v2 is happening. Snippet and Goose, they're trying to fight. Songless is a little bit low. Rebel Fox is full HP though. Songless wants some more. He gets the Silver Bolts proc off. And that's all he's going to take for now.
Yeah, you don't really want to fight in a Janna ult just because of the healing that's outputted. So I feel like Snippet should have just disengaged that instead of taking so much damage from Bane without getting any damage on him in return. But it looks like they're teasing.
Oh, Skylancer just wanted to get a ward in it. There is the pool, but it might not be enough. He tries to get away. Left Hook Larry flashes forward, gets the kill. They are just bullying Sky up here.
Yeah, I think they really want this first tower. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, unfortunately, Skylancer didn't expect anybody to just sit in the bush and wait for him. And that's the first blood tower goal for the side of FSG, who are racking up a nice lead. However, it's not nearly as big as it was last game, and it's not happening nearly as quickly.
Yeah, a good Janna tornado for Goose, just to get him off of the AD carry.
Oh, excuse me. It was definitely a good try from Rebel Fox. Or from Goose, my mistake. And it looks like FSG is going to look for this Herald.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're actually sending 4 people bot lane, it looks like, to go and
yeah, Goose gets recalled recall canceled. He throws the hook out. He senses something's wrong towards the tri-bush. He sees 4 people, and right now Goose is just looking death in the eye, and he's going to look at it with a smile. He's going to try to channel the recall. The minions are coming up, though. Big Brain Mid's going to cancel that recall. He's just trying to buy as much time as he can. A very good silence to delay, a good pull to try to delay as much as possible as well. But mid lane has been left undefended, and Herald is on the side of FSG. Shelly is going to look to do a lot of damage down here, and this could be a really strong push. Big Brain Mid! Oh my god! He's gonna fall to Snippet as he throws the Q and gets a kill.
And it looks like they might get 2 towers from this Rift Herald play.
Oh, Memento tries to throw out the Fear Beyond Death. It doesn't matter though. Skylancer's gonna fall down to the Ignite. And Shelly looking to get a lot more damage. They might actually be able to get some damage out of this Nexus turret as Hottie Williams is the only one currently here to defend. Aslan, oh, he gets the shockwave, a beautiful amount of damage. Hottie Williams pops his own ultimate. Shelly does, however, get the damage off. Aslan, flash QW, and that's a kill for him. Left Hook Larry is in a little bit of trouble. Songless is going to try to get him. Ooh, the shield just does not come out in time. Songless is trying to 1v1 Aslan, man. He gets off the Silver Bolts. Proc Memento is here to try to stop him. The barrier comes out. Aslan trying to do whatever he can. He gets the turnaround. That is the kill for him, and FSG is going to back off, getting all the advantages that they have gotten.
Yeah, now we really see the FSG is getting ahead again. At first, it was kind of like back and forth trading, but I think that their team comp is really starting to come together and that they're able to pick up a few picks here and there, and they definitely have more objective control as far as finally capturing these towers and, you know, rotating up to, you know, get like Rift Herald, for example. But we do see a dragon spawning here soon. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them rotate. It's a wind drake. No, we did see that Furious Gentz actually picked up the ocean drake before, so it would be ideal for FSGs to go and rotate to that and get an even amount of dragons.
Yeah, FG. You know, this gold lead, it's pretty big, but it's definitely not undoable. FG are definitely still in this game, especially compared to last game, where it seemed nearly hopeless. Sorry. They could turn it all around at this drag if they really wanted to, or if they really think that they can fight.
Yeah, I think they're actually trying to set up for this, or at least get some vision control around it so they can maybe go ahead and secure this dragon.
Ooh, but Goose. Oh, he flashes away. A great shockwave. A lot of damage. Skylancer trying to walk forward. Hottie Williams. Ooh, he's going to get the kill. Aslan falls, but that will be Hottie Williams falling as well. The pull does not come through as Goose misses again. They're going to try to chase him down here, though. Songless has been healing up a little bit. There's some fruit. But Goose and Left took Larry. They're running down this river. They want to try to get a kill here. Ooh, the Silver Ult comes through. The chase is definitely on. Songless pushes him into the wall. Goose still trying to look for more. He does have the hook up. He has to predict he has to either predict the Q. He does not. As Songless dashes into minions, there's going to be a lot. Everybody's trying to fight here. Big Brain Mid doing damage to Snippet. He is not going to block any of that damage. Left hook Larry's going to fall to the silver bolts. The Q Shuriken comes out from the Zed. Big Brain Mid getting his first kill of this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, FSG overstayed a little bit too long in that bot lane and gave over a kill to FG, and I think that they're actually going to be able to secure this wind drake.
And securing this wind drake is an absolutely perfect way for them to try to get back into this game. But Aslan, they will not take this trick if he has anything to say about it. He's walking forward. The drake's falling very quickly. Oh, shockwave is not enough. Does a lot of damage to Skylancer. Doesn't hit the drake in time as Songless gets the Q and the extra damage from the auto attack.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that Aslan could really do too much about that. But it looks like Memento is going to try and take this top tower if he can. But Hottie's here to try to contest it.
Yeah, Memento does not want to let it go down. Ooh, my goodness. Hottie Williams was not expecting that damage. It's one shot and falls to the Fear Beyond Death.
Yeah, a lot of damage is actually coming out of Memento, more than I expected him to do for sure. And we actually have Zed who's trying to clear mid lane all by himself, so I feel like this is going to be a picked up kill for FSG. But...
Ooh, left hook Larry flashing forward down to Songless, who is going to drop Rebel Fox. He is going to die too, not in the best position. Skylancer. Oh, he's going to get dove actually under turret. Memento doing as much damage as he possibly can. Drops the W. He is going to get the double kill here. He is going to fall himself to Big Brain Mid. Left hook Larry trying to do whatever he can to survive here. Loose trying to help his teammate. Oh, Aslan is here. He does not have the shockwave. It is up now. Big Brain Mid has to try to dodge away from it. The one shot, the shockwave does not come through as Big Brain flashes away from it. Now that's a big brain play that we've been looking for from him.
Yeah, we see that they're trying to get this tower top lane, but meanwhile Snippet's bot lane securing another tower for them.
And FSG here is actually going to be forced away. They're going to be forced off that turret. Snippet, however, is not being forced off his, as he should be able to get that turret outside. That is the 6th turret for the side of FSG, as they are amassing a wonderful gold lead of 9,000.
Yeah, they're finally starting to get ahead like they did last game, just not as quickly, which I think is really good for Furious Gentz. I think that the best thing that they could do is try to, get this Vayne ahead and definitely try to go into the late game to where she's able to kill literally everyone on their team. But I think that FSG has realized that with the Vayne that they need to end it before, preferably, I would say 25 minutes. So they're definitely pushing for that, and I think that they're doing a great job at that as well by securing the towers that they're getting, and also by trying to get a few dragons. But unfortunately for right now, they're very unsuccessful with that, as we see that FG has all of the dragons that are currently in the game.
As of right now, Skylancer at the 18-minute mark only has 64 CS. He is incredibly far behind Memento. The gold Memento has 9,000 gold, while Skylancer is stuck at 4.5 thousand gold. That is an absolutely massive lead in just the top lane alone, and it is going to be very hard for Sky to do anything against FSG at this rate.
Yeah, I think Skylancer's best bet is trying to pick up a couple kills on either Snippet or...
And it looks like people are trying to engage here. Left Hook Larry gets a kill onto the Xin Zhao as he's chasing forward down to Big Brain Mid. A double kill for him. He's going to get the auto attacks off. Songless is, however, doing a lot of damage down to this backside. Snippet going a little bit low. Songless is going to survive for now. Aslan is going to protect his support, and that will be a kill for him. And they should just be able to siege down this mid turret.
Yeah, as FG, I don't think you really want to be initiating fights right now. Like, even though the Vayne is, like, you know, starting to scale, I don't think you really want to until you know that she can, like, 1v5 if need be.
Yeah, Songless did a very good job in that fight of diving onto the backline, but Left Hook Larry is just so strong right now that he almost 1v3'd, and he didn't need any help to do it. And he's still pretty much full HP, and they might just sit in this bush and wait for some poor soul to come over to him.
Yeah, I think with the Vayne, you would need either really hard CC or consistent healing for them. And I don't think Janna really provides that too much for Vayne. I would have liked to see maybe Nami or Karma, just because I feel like that's better engage or disengage or consistent healing for that Vayne. I mean... Oh, go ahead.
It feels weird that they have Songless on the Vayne, but they also have the Zed mid and then the Vladimir top. It just seems like they went for a quote-unquote protect the Vayne comp without anyone to protect the Vayne. But enough of my babbling. It looks like there's going to be a fight here. Skylancer, he's about to fall to Memento, and that is a big fear, a big shockwave. Big Brain Min trying to do what he can, but it doesn't matter. He's going to fall anyways. Rebel Fox going to go down. Clean ace for FSG, and they're going to just get the Baron.
Yeah, I think this is a really good Baron for them. They were able to get an ace, so just securing this Baron is going to help them push out those last few towers and inhibs very quickly. So I think that it's going to be pretty hard for Furious Gentz to defend just with that Baron buff in FSG's hands. But it looks like half their team is going to reset and the other one's going to try to push out those waves. And we do have bot lane and top lane pushing, and Silver's actually going mid lane to push that out. So, unfortunately for FG, they're going to have a whole bunch of Baron-empowered minions coming their way shortly.
Yeah, and FSG again with just a massive gold lead, almost 15k. It's so hard for FG at this point to win the game.
Yeah, and we're actually seeing FSG get their first dragon of the game. So it will be an Ocean Drake going over towards them. So now they have that health regen along with the Baron buff, so that's going to be real nice for them.
Yeah, everything is going wrong for the side of Furious Gentz. Their mid lane didn't do too hot. Skylancer got absolutely abused. Hottie Williams not having a good scoreline either. The only good thing right now for them is bot lane did pretty good, all in all.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I feel like they did a real nice job bot lane in the early game. And even going into the mid game, they're not doing too terrible either.
No, right now, Songless is definitely the hope for this entire team. If Songless can pop off in these fights, they can definitely win it, but there is a lot for him to go through if he's the only one who's going to be doing any damage.
Yeah, I feel like... you know, until all three of your inhibs are down, I feel like it's always still winnable, but that's just me. But I feel like their chances of winning for Furious Gents at least would have been a lot higher if they had like a really strong tank top lane or even in the jungle.
Oh, Songless goes a little bit far forward. He gets flashed on. Hottie Williams trying to be a big tank up at this front line. Left hook Larry showing that he is the superior one. Ashland gets a bunch of kills. Songless, he is diving way too far forward. He's going to die to the side of FSG. Memento gets left alone by himself, but it doesn't matter. That's what he wanted this whole game anyways. He's going to look for this turret, and FSG is going to try to look for the game.
Yeah, I don't think Skylancer can defend, especially 1v5, seeing as how behind he is. So I think that this is GG for FSG.
FSG, they're going to take down this last turret. They're going to put their eyes down at the Nexus. They are not going to just recall. Oh, they do actually want Skylancer here. They're going to BM a little bit. Oh, the one shot from Aslan, and that is going to close out this game. FSG 2-0, Furious Gents. And what a quick series that was.
Yeah, I definitely expected, after the recent roster changes from Furious Gents, for them to at least, have these games go into maybe the 30-minute mark, or at least, like, maybe stand a lot more of a chance in that first game. But I do feel like they improved drastically going into the second game. And I feel like that was a much better matchup for them. Just unfortunately, they weren't able to get the lead that they needed early game to go into that mid and late game and just dominate FSG. So we do see a 2-0 come out for FSG, which I mean, it's unfortunate. I was expecting a lot more from Furious Gents, but it's all right. Maybe they'll get them next time.
Yeah, well, Furious Gents unfortunately are out of the playoff race, so right now I think their eyes are on the relegation tournament. They're just going to try to get into the GXPC again for next split. Who do you think is the MVP?
Well, it looks like Larry left, so I would have to say runner-up MVP. Oh, I can still pick him as MVP? Okay, well, I'm gonna say that Larry was MVP.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. Left hook Larry absolutely popped off both games. He was a menace in the early game of game one, and then game two, the early to mid transition. He just did so much work both games.
I think Memento deserves the interview.
I agree. Hey, you here?
Hello.
Hey, Memento. So we gave you the interview since Left Hook Larry left. So you were the second runner-up for MVP.
Oh, okay.
So Quasars, do you have any questions for Memento?
Do I have any questions? Yeah, actually, now in the second game, well, in the first game, we were mentioning that we would have liked to see an Urgot, and you brought him out in the second game. So what was your thought process behind picking him in game two? Like, is it just like someone you like to play, or was it the team comp? What was going through your head, buddy?
I mean, at this point with our team, we're kind of just picking what's comfortable and whatever we want to play, and I didn't really see. They left Quinn unbanned, which we thought they'd ban in the second game draft, but so that made me kind of think they had something planned for it. Otherwise, I would have picked Quinn.
That's definitely a good thought process. So you play a fair bit of Quinn then, yeah? So how does the Quinn Akali matchup work?
I mean, pre-6, I should win it. I mean, Quinn's pretty much a lane bully, but I think after 6, Akali could stand a chance with some juggle assistance to keep even in the lane, just to try and hang in there. But I think pre-6, Quinn wins, and then after 6, it's probably like down to whoever has the lead.
So going into the series against FG, was the entire goal just to slam Skylancer all series?
No, it's pretty much just play how we play, which is, I guess at this point, it's kind of like a solo queue strat, and I think Larry and I have the best synergy on the team, so we kind of just like playing toward the top side of the map.
Yeah, we We definitely saw you bully Skylancer almost throughout the entire series. And then the Glacial Augment Ari. So I was curious because I've never seen this before. Comet Urgot with Ignite.
Yeah. You know, I know TP is probably the better team fight summoner, but honestly, I can't remember a single time in this entire season when I've teleported bot lane to help my bot lane. So I kind of just said, why am I taking this useless summoner?
Well, that's definitely fair. Quasar, do you have any more questions for him?
Not really, not that I can think of.
All right. Well, that will conclude the interview, and that'll be it from us in the GXPC. We will.
Oh, yeah, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, I want to shout out the MVP, Left Hook Larry, for taking all of my kills in the first game.
Well, that's definitely fair. That'll be it from us for GXPC. We will see you whenever we get our next game scheduled. Oh.
Close it out.